Hello, everyone, and welcome to IBTTA's Global Road Safety Week 2024. I'm Pat Jones. My guest today is Vassiliki Danelli-Mylonas. She is the president of the board of directors of the Hellenic Road Safety Institute, Panos Mylonas, for the prevention of road traffic incidents. The institute was created after the tragic loss of her 22-year-old son, Panos, in a road incident. Since then, she has committed herself to raise awareness among citizens and organizations to strengthen the traffic safety culture in Greece and the world. Vassiliki, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Pat. It's a great pleasure for me too. Congratulations for the wonderful initiative of organizing the campaign Be Safe Together.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of this very important safety campaign. Vassiliki, let's start at the beginning. Would you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the formation of Road Safety Institute, Panos Mylonas?
Well, the idea started from my son's university. Panos was studying in the Department of Aeronautical and Engineering Department, the University of Patras. So the university was a founding member of RSI along with private entities, respectable institutions and personalities, supported also by a large number of agencies and volunteers. The unfair, tragic loss of my son motivated me to struggle against road crashes. I was a happy mother and a successful, competent manager when this happened. With a wonderful career in the telecom industry and the global recognition. But when this happened at the peak of my career, my life and my family's life changed dramatically. Our life was damaged, as you can imagine. And bearing a child is the worst that can happen to a mother. It's against nature. And I don't want others to experience such a loss. And I believe that a mother has the strength, the power to fight against such a loss. And that's what I did. And within RSI, our vision is a world without road crashes. And indeed, many mothers see their children grow thanks to the work we are doing. And if I can recall, my good friend Michael Woodford, the president of Safer Roads Foundation, who is a great supporter to our work, once said, you don't know how many lives you have saved, and those saved will never know that they live thanks to the RSI work. So this maybe is a confrontation and encouragement driving us ahead for the protection of lives on the road.
Well, I know you saved a lot of lives on the road, even if the people who were saved don't realize that. And it's a credit to you and your great work over these last many years that you have saved so many lives. And Vassiliki, like IBTTA, your Road Safety Institute organizes a Road Safety Week. Could you tell us a little bit about that and what are your goals?
Yes, we started with our National Road Safety Week 17 years ago. And we bring together public and private entities and a large number of volunteers taking action for prevention of road incidents. And we celebrate this week in March, commemorating the loss of Panos, but looking things at a positive way. And also within this week, we celebrate the European Day of Courtesy on the road. So the main goal of our Road Safety Week is to raise awareness for citizens and to motivate the government and individuals to act for road safety so that we are safe together. As your message for the IBTTA Road Safety Week, which I'm in full support.
So Vasiliki, you mentioned the government, and I know that a major part of your mission is to keep road safety on the government agenda. Tell us a little bit more about how you go about that.
Well, road safety is a shared responsibility, and individuals, of course, have to be aware and cautious for responsible and safe behavior. But the government has a key role to play in this issue. And I regret to say that the road safety has not been a priority for our government for many years. In this respect, we try to do a lot in this area. We work with all the relevant ministries. You know, when there are not responsible ministries, there is not accountability. But we try very hard, and I'm very often at the parliament. I have been presented our proposals and measures that should be taken in many different parliamentary committees, such as the Road Safety Permanent Committee, the Committee for Demographics. I should mention that low birth rates and declining of population is a big issue currently in Greece. Another committee is the commitment of education and culture. And the other one is about trade and production. This is the committee that also decides for the road code. So it is very important to engage politicians and work together. This work has to be continuous and persistent to make the politicians understand that they should be taking action for road safety.
I love your phraseology of continuous and persistent. It can be challenging to get the government to move and to take action. What would you say is one of your biggest successes or satisfactions or accomplishments in working with the Greek government over the years?
I believe that they have set higher road safety as a priority after many years of effort. When we started, very little was mentioned about road safety, and looking at the data and the press clippings, I remember we had one reference every 20 days. After 3 years, we managed to have 20 references in a day after we started. That could be an indication. Then we started to discuss about strategy, about awareness raising, prevention. Prevention is a key issue. And of course, being member of an international network of experts and important organizations, we started to have influence and see results. And of course, we had great supporters, such as the motorways from the very beginning. Bill Halkias was one of the first persons to be supported even before Helastron before the association was developed. And this was how it started at the beginning. The government has a key role to play. Traffic safety culture is a very important issue. Developing traffic safety culture takes time. But the government, if they impose measures, we can have faster results. And within our vision for a world without road crashes and a mission to mobilize the government, I believe that this is an important issue to address.
Vassiliki, you mentioned the word prevention, and one of the foundations of IBTTA's Global Road Safety Campaign, Be Safe Together, is the notion that when you're behind the wheel of a vehicle, you have in your hands the safety of everyone else on the road. And it's the little decisions that people make that can affect the safety of their fellow motorists, people in the work zone, emergency vehicles, even pedestrians. I wonder if you could say a few more words about prevention and how important that is in your work?
Prevention is the key issue, dearest Pat, and we try a lot. And this has to do with awareness raising, because we cannot blame the citizens if they are not aware. Traffic safety education is important. Parental models are also important. We work a lot on this. But prevention plays a key role. If prevention is not present, then the figures will not be what we expect. And behind figures, there are human lives. Of course, what is important and has results very fast is enforcement. In Greece, we have very poor enforcement, but we have seen, and also looking at the data from other countries, that systematic enforcement is something that plays a key role. And of course, the environment is very important. The motorways, infrastructure, we know, has a key role to play. The behavior is a critical issue. We conduct a lot of campaigns for this issue. Can you believe we have developed more than 70 campaigns since we started? Some of them have been broadcasted over the television and the media, and some of them have a global recognition, such an example of the campaign Slow Down, for example. We were supported by FIA to develop that, which was amongst the best campaigns in the world when we developed that. We are very creative. Greek minds are very creative, but we are not always effective, to come to results, to reach results through collaboration. And so are politicians. So life is rather hard, but it's important to look at things in a positive way, and to have supporters, and to have agencies and personalities engaged to this difficult task we are doing. And we do have so many supporters now, and a lot of volunteers. We even have people from the motorways. 2 motorways executives are in our board, and we have worked for many years, starting with Bill Halikias and also with ASECAP, Manuela Stocci, Melika Sedi, later Susanna Zamataro from IRF. The collaboration with them has been really inspiring and effective. And with you, the last years, I very much appreciate the good work and this collaboration, which leads to results and awareness raising.
Vassiliki, you mentioned a number of very close friends of mine from other associations, ASICAP, IRF, Helistron, IBTTA. It's great to work with them. You also mentioned data, the importance of data. And I know that another part of your mandate is to be an important source of road safety information for the community and governments. Could you say a little bit more about that role of your organization?
Yes. Since the beginning, when we became members of the European Transport Safety Council, and we regularly participate in the main council, we started to develop a network of organizations. We work together, sharing knowledge, bringing our ideas. It was within a few years that we became in consultative status with the United Nations for youth. I am proud and happy to say that some of our proposals have been implemented in other countries too. I'm not happy that all our ideas have not been implemented in Greece, but it's empowering and encouraging that others are endorsing our ideas and proposals. We are members of organizations such as the United Nations Road Safety Collaboration, FIA, IRF, many organizations which have a strong, have strength, and we were also, our work was acknowledged by the European Parliament. We were awarded with a European Citizens Award. Even the Transport Minister of Sweden has awarded me because our ideas led to the development of ISO 39001. You know, when I lost my son, I started to see everything under another scope. And I was looking at the big organization I was then working for, how a big organization should be road safety compliant. And looking at this, undertaking from organization, how the people should be informed, leadership, and all the issues, maintenance of cars, procurement of cars, of vehicles, training of personnel, maintenance of vehicles. All these issues I had recorded and presented this to the European Transport Safety Council, and this ended up to the Swedish Transport Administration. And that was a big encouragement. So it is important networking and working together with others, sharing knowledge is a very important issue. And we try to bring the good practices to our country, to our government. And last week, for example, I was in Samarkand, Uzbekistan for the 120 years of the FIA. And wonderful things are happening around the world because it's not just us, it's not just our organization, our country. We have to see what happens on the globe and to share good practices.
Right.
I believe that this is very important, Pat, and this is what we are doing.
Vassiliki, a little while ago, you mentioned the importance of youth, and we also talked about prevention. And what a better way to prevent road accidents than getting to drivers before they even become drivers. And I know you organize school programs in the primary schools and secondary schools. Tell us more about that, about reaching the youth.
Oh, this is an important issue. It's very important to start from early ages. And we have developed programs for all age groups, starting with the kindergarten. Maybe I should say starting with the parents first. We have developed a platform for parental models. We start with kids from the kindergarten. Then we have schools about, in later classes, we have programs about safe cycling. Then recently we have also launched program Small Wheels, Big Responsibility about e-scooters. And for secondary schools also we have wonderful programs because the future drivers, as you mentioned, have to be informed, have to be educated even before they get on the wheel. Sometimes at driving schools, they don't receive all the information they should be receiving. So it is very important. Our secondary school programs are very attractive because we use material we have developed, science-based evidence, or based on science evidence, but also we use simulators so they can understand what happens in a crash, and they try also to, we also try to follow an interdisciplinary approach, so they can relate speeding to mathematics, belt wearing to physics, and these are issues which are very important for youth. Our programs are approved by the Ministry of Education, and for the last 5 years, we have trained more than 120,000 students in school classes, which is a huge number, a huge number. And we also have trained more than 7,500 teachers, providing them tools so that they can continue in the class when we leave the school. And we have brought also initiatives about education to the World Organization for the Scout Movement. We brought road safety into Scoutism, which is the largest youth volunteer organization, amounting more than 40 million scouts around the globe. We have been in international fora and events such as West Virginia 2019, before that in Japan, and also in Iceland, in Canada. Yes, many activities. It would take us long. I don't want to keep you about this, but education is very important. And developing traffic safety culture is very important to protect lives and to make the world better.
Vassiliki, we're almost at the end of our time, and I wanted to remind you that we have a large audience here in front of you all over the world, and the businesses that serve toll facilities all over the world. And I would simply ask you, what final words of wisdom would you offer to the worldwide tolling industry about safety, about be safe together, about the little things add up? What final words of wisdom would you offer them before we sign off today?
My message should be that working together, we can make our roads safer. Motorways have a high level of safety, especially for us in Greece. We are ranking highest, 6% related to 8-9% on the average, as it is presented. But it is very important to work together. Collaboration is one of the Sustainable Development Goals we have contributed in the development, and I believe that is vital. And I'm very thankful to you, your colleagues, and we are proud partners with Hellenic Association of the Motorways, because this has been helping us to achieve more, and going hand in hand, we can make our lives better. So together we can be safer, and the world can be better, a world we need and we deserve.
Vassiliki, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate your leadership in advancing roadway safety all over the world and doing everything you can to save lives. It's been a pleasure. And to all our viewers, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of IBTTA's Global Road Safety Week. And let's be safe together. Thanks, everyone.